Update 7 for Jurassic World Evolution 2 is even better than Frontier let on in last week's forum post. In this video, I'm going to take you through all the exciting new additions coming to Jurassic World Evolution 2 for free. This is an early access preview. Update 7 launches tomorrow, August 10th on all platforms. All content shown in this video is being added to your game entirely for free. If you are as excited as I am about these new improvements, you can't wait any longer to see them. So,
I'll show you.
I tried so hard to make this video as short as possible, and it's still... Use the chapters of the video to navigate if there are parts of Update 7 that don't particularly interest you. And subscribe to the channel if you share my enthusiasm for this game and want to see what creative park builds I will be making with the new features. Why? We're starting with something exciting for challenge mode fans, and that is a brand new custom challenge feature within challenge mode. And you have it right here. Now, I'm not going to go through every single thing in detail, but I will take you through all of the tabs so you can pause as needed and see all of the things you can change. But honestly, there is so much customizability here. It's mind-blowing. What you'll see at the top is like a bar indicating how difficult it actually is. And usually, you know, you'd have easy, medium, hard, Jurassic. I don't actually know if I pointed at the right things there. Right, so if you change this, you see that it goes up. And Jurassic is right there. But with every little thing in the settings that you can change this position incrementally. So you can really like narrow down specifically how easy or how hard you want it to be. And you can see that Jurassic difficulty is not at the end of the bar. So if you've completed all of the Jurassic challenge modes, you can make it even more challenging for yourself. I don't know why you would want to, but you could. Alright, so the first is basic settings, and you can see that you can select all of the default maps, but you can also do the square levels, and you can do the extended levels. And now I'm just gonna take you through some of the things. Again, pause as needed so you can see all of the things you can change, but honestly, it's a lot. And then, for example, all of this is very reminiscent of what you can do in sandbox mode. And now I'm going to show you how we can change this bar right here. So for example, dinosaur disease level is now at low disease, you know, because we're on easy. You can make it even easier by saying no disease, or you can make it harder by, you know, upping the frequency of diseases. And you can see just how slightly that moves the difficulty level. And that goes for all of these settings that you can change. So this is everything that you can change to the dinosaurs and how difficult or how easy it is to handle them in your park. Then we have gameplay right here. I'm just taking you through a little scroll. Ooh, unlimited power, very lovely. Let's say, for example, okay, so right now, appeal difficulty, we're gonna set that to normal. You see it goes up, but also watch this right here. That code changes. So literally every variation of these settings has its own share code, and that's important for, you know, sharing the challenge mode, which we'll get to at the end. And finally, environment, which is just these settings. Now, about sharing the code, if you hit R, the code will appear on screen, so you can easily copy that and like text that to a friend or whatever, snail mail, email, whatever you want. And what this allows you to do is set a completely custom challenge and then send it to a friend or send it to anyone really and be like, hey, let's both do this specific challenge mode and see which one of us can beat it the fastest. And this is also where you would enter the code if someone else sends you a code. So you would, you know, this is obviously an invalid code, but it's a valid option. In the species viewer, we also have a really nice new feature, and that is that we can favorite dinosaur skins. There you go, we have a skin that we like. If I wanted to make this skin in the actual game in my save file, I would either have to screenshot this or write it down, but there's now a way easier way, and that is that you can favorite the skin. So if you are in the actual skin selection, so you can, you know, change the tiles, you can see at the bottom of your screen that you have your prompts. For PC, the prompt to, or the control to favorite a skin is R. So if I hit R right now, you can see that a little white heart appears on the skin I selected, and the same for the pattern. And now when I'm in my park, if I go into the hatchery, when I go to modify genome, you can see the hearted skins right here. So it's super easy to select the skin that you previously favorited in the species viewer. You can also favorite skins in the hatchery itself. So let's say you hatched a random skin and you liked it, well then you can just heart it right here. And an interesting addition to the randomization option is that instead of randomizing between all of the available skins, you can select randomize your favorite skins only. So with this option selected, he will only choose either these two skins with these two patterns and none of the other options. On top of being able to favorite skins, we can also now favorite our dinosaurs. So you do that in like the dinosaur HUD. You go to this one right here, and you can favorite the dinosaur. And you can see Lemon has been tagged to drop location beacons when an interesting interaction happens. So you see that Lemon is now highlighted in a different color, so you can really easily find them that way. And the game will show you a little beacon for all of your favorite dinosaurs if they are about to perform an interesting behavior, like a social interaction. Okay, here we go. I have arrived at the coast of Germany, and I go into attractions all the way at the bottom. There she is, the amphitheater from San Diego. Now, it does unfortunately still say San Diego, which is a little bit odd, but the fact that this is now a placeable building that we can put on whichever map we want is so cool. Oh, you can place multiple of them. There you go. It's gonna be so much fun to incorporate this into new creative builds along with the other options that are coming in update 7. And if that excites you as much as it does me, then please consider subscribing to the channel, as so many of you have done over the past month. It's been amazing. Thank you so much. Now, since the DLC is completely focused on marine animals, we were kind of assuming / hoping that the update would be focused on lagoons as well. And that's really not the case. We did get social animations, which is super exciting, and of course I will be showcasing those in this video. But in terms of customizing a lagoon, there's really only one addition, and that is the new underwater attraction. So there you go, attractions all the way at the bottom. And we can place the lagoon viewing dome. So you can see that, you know, it's in the same menu as the, here, the log viewing gallery. So we're going to place that, and just like with the log viewing gallery, we can then place an entrance building. And you can see that it snaps to the lagoon wall, which is pretty cool. But you can pull it back further if you want. It has the same maximum viewing distance as, you know, the log viewing gallery, the other viewing dome. It works the same way. And here it is, the Lagoon Viewing Dome, a brand new attraction coming into our lagoons in this free update. It's really, really, really cool. Like, it has glass on top. The sides, obviously, there's also... Can we get under it? No, unfortunately not. But there's even glass at the bottom. So, like, the view on this thing is really extensive. I love how that looks. Okay, let's switch the camera around. I mean, you know, there's nothing in the lagoon to look at right now. Okay, I want to see how close together we can place them. Whoa, what? You can place them super close together. They're almost... They are clipping, I think. Hold on, I'm going to place it as close as possible. There. Okay, we can't cross. So there, I'll do that. They are 100% clipping. Well, not with the glass, but yeah, the railing is clipping into it. Yeah, so if I put one over there, and I put... Like, it's getting a little bit ridiculous with, like, the entrance buildings at this point, obviously, but... Let me just do something here. It's a little weird, but I feel like, you know, it's the closest we've come to a shark tunnel, like, situation. Yeah, I don't hate that. You can sort of pretend, like, even if you don't put them in a line, but sort of like in a cluster, you can pretend that they're all sort of interconnected. Like this view is cool as heck. I like that. Unfortunately, though, it must be addressed again that this is the only addition to the lagoons coming in the free updates. There's nothing in terms of, you know, foliage brushes for underwater. So yeah, I'll just take you through there. Nothing. Also don't have extra lagoon decorations. You can see right here, it's all just the standard stuff that we already had. I really think that the lagoons needed more than this. This is a beautiful, beautiful addition. I'm not like trying to deny that. I'm very, very happy with this, very excited. But it's It's not what the dunk deserves. The dunk deserved better. The dunk deserved more interesting lagoons than what this is going to provide. I'm just adding some buildings because one of the coolest things in this update, in my opinion, is the damage tool that they have introduced. So, hold on, let's see if it works with fences as well. So there. Here, we'll do one of these. That's a nice variation of buildings to destroy. So in the demolish tool, we click on that. We have an extra tab. So this is just the regular demolish. We have bulk demolish. And then we have a new feature, which is cosmetic damage. So, okay, we can apply cosmetic damage. Here you go. And just like that, no tornadoes required. That's so cool. We can damage the building. Does it work with the fence? Does it? Please work. Please work. Oh, that's such a shame. That would have been so cool. Okay, so we still have to enlist the help of our dinosaurs to create damaged fencing. If you're going for like an abandoned horror park kind of look. But this is so cool. Just with the click of a button, apply cosmetic damage. Look at the fire that's like raging in here. Oh my god. I think that's such a cool feature. Look at the damage here. The sign hanging all crooked. The trash bin has been knocked over. Like, this is absolutely brilliant. This is the perfect way to make an abandoned park. So, I already said this last week. Making an abandoned park is now really high on my list of priorities. Of course, after a full lagoon park. Now, I was wondering about one thing, and that is if there is a limit to how much you can destroy. I think we must investigate. Hello everyone and welcome to Mini Nublar, the park that we've been building in weekly episodes. We're getting really close to the end, so really close to the tour. I think this is the perfect park to test the limit of the damage tool. You know, if the game is going to reach a point where it refuses to apply more damage to preserve performance or anything like that. So let's just destroy some stuff. Whoa, you can even do the aviaries? And technically, the Pteranodon should not be able to escape because it says that it doesn't affect gameplay. So that's really, really cool. You can pretend that there's like, you know, the ADR system keeping them contained. It really doesn't seem to be affecting the frame rate in any way. So that's really good. You can really just damage everything if you want. People can still, you know, go... That's dangerous. Oh, we need to do that. Hold on. It's getting a little warm in here. Let me out. But yeah, it still functions as normal. It's literally just cosmetic damage. This has been available as a mod for quite some time by the incredible mod maker Chaotic. Now, I'm not the kind of person to react to new official features with the phrase, oh, there was already a mod for that, because I don't use mods personally, and more importantly, a big player base, all of the console players, can't use mods. So it's nice that the feature is now available for everyone. I can't say for sure Frontier saw the mod and copied it, but if they did it, it would be nice if they could acknowledge that in the patch notes, for example, and give some credit to Chaotic. Okay, so I've made a really ugly mini park, but it did the job of getting guests in here. And I've made Homalocephaly and Drysaurs, which I'm going to release. And what this new setting does with dinosaur hostility is basically you can choose to have that on or off for either all dinosaurs or carnivores only to turn it on. And what that means is that dinosaurs can free roam without your guests being bothered by them. You know, usually even the smallest dinosaurs would cause massive panic, would cause them to run away from the path. You know, it would affect your rating and everything because it was an escaped dinosaur situation in your park. And that's no longer the case. So let's see. Here, this Drysaur is getting real close to these guests, and they're completely unfazed by it. And the dinosaurs don't bother the guests, you know, they just wander about. Yeah, there you go, no problem. He just looks over his shoulder, sees a Dryosaurus, and is totally unimpressed. I'm a little insulted on behalf of the Dryosaurus, but alright. But that is so cool. I feel like that makes a park very interactive. And yeah, you know, these species would just be free roaming through your entire park. I fenced it in to make sure that they would stay close to the guests for the purpose of this video. But you know, if you build like an expansive park all over the map, these guys would just be able to free roam through your entire park. Now, there is a way to make like a walkthrough habitat and a petting zoo, which I will talk about in a little bit. I just want to show the difference between the settings. So if we go to dinosaur setting, here, dinosaur danger to guess. This is the default setting if you load into like a creative sandbox. You can turn it on, carnivores only, or on for all species. So if we apply this, there, see right away, dinosaur threats, your guests start to panic. This one is, even the homolocephaly are murdering people. So that's quite a stark contrast here. And we can go back here and we can say, no, bring back the peace. There you go. See? Completely unbothered. Now, what you can also do is introduce carnivores. So let's, there, that makes perfect sense. All right, and now we're releasing a Spinosaurus into our park. The Dryosaurus will panic. Is that new? Why have I never noticed that? Hold on, I'm gonna have to look back at, like, old livestream clips. Is that a new animation for it? Am I going crazy? Anyway, the Spinosaurus walking through the park right now, it will affect your other dinosaurs, but it will not affect your guests. Your guests are perfectly happy with a free-roaming Spinosaurus. To be that unbothered, lady, I admire thee. Look at this! No! That's an awesome shot, actually. Look at this dude! He's not even looking, he don't even care. There you go. No problem whatsoever.
Nothing to see here.
Now, if you want to make a petting zoo or a walkthrough habitat, you will need to get a little bit creative with it because we don't have any guest gates, so to speak. So a way around that is, let's say you make the enclosure. This is going to be really ugly. If you want to see pretty park building, subscribe to the channel because... But for the purpose of this showcase, we're not going to bother too much. Now, there are several ways to do this. What you can do is you can use the monorail to get guests over the fence. Here, so this will be a way to get your guests in here. If you have the Biosyn DLC, you can also have an underground connection. So I like using the power stations for this because they have a low profile and you can hide them really well with foliage and stuff like that. There, so now there's a tunnel system that connects the two. And finally, what you can also do is, thanks to an update a while ago, we can have multiple entrance buildings. See, there's already an entrance over there. So it's established that there is some sort of tunnel system in your park anyway. So why not pretend that this thing just connects to a tunnel system in your park? And this is how people enter the walkthrough habitat. So let's say this entrance building, it can take you to this dome and you can exit over here. You know, it's like a two-pronged tunnel system that you can exit on both ends like that. And that way you can get your guests into a habitat without having your dinosaurs like free roam through the entire park. You know, if you want to create a dedicated section, I think this is a really good way to go about it. Now at the very end, finally, all the social animations that have been added to the game. It's a beautiful addition to the game, to the lagoons, and I'm so grateful that Frontier made this happen. All the animations are unique and super creative and make the marine species come more to life. It gives hope that maybe we could see something similar for the flyers in the future. I am excluding the social animations of the new species from the marine DLC in this overview just because I really want to keep the paid content and the free content separate. If you haven't checked out my full showcase of the DLC yet, I highly recommend that you do. It's full of great stuff. I will link it at the end here. And I will also be making a separate video, yes, a third video, in which I showcase all the socials, just the socials for all the species, new and old, and I will rank them according to what I think is the best and what I think is the worst. Because not all social interactions were created equal in my opinion. But But that video will just be a way for you to watch and enjoy the animations as often as you want without me rambling over them, because I will say it was quite the time investment to capture all of these. So if I could get a like for the effort and the waiting and the staring into the lagoons, I'd very much appreciate it. The new favorite dinosaur feature certainly came in handy, letting me know when they were about to perform a social. You will have noticed that not just the Dunk, the Nothosaurus, the Shonisaurus, and the Archelon are missing in this overview. Where are these social interactions for Mosasaurus and Tylosaurus? Well, they don't have any. After literally waiting for an hour, I decided to just email Frontier and ask them, and yeah, the answer was this: no interactions for these two species. And this saddens me quite a bit, to be honest. One of my favorite social interactions in the game is for the T-Rex, because it makes these large carnivores suddenly so cute and likable and much more like real animals rather than monsters as they are often portrayed as. So I was looking forward to the Mosasaurus having something similar. And I hope it's something that they will amend in the future. I also hope that you enjoyed this video. Make no mistake, it's still a great update, and I'm excited to be building new creative parks with the new content. Free updates always have stuff hiding in them that isn't shared in the forum posts, like the social interactions for marine species and the new exit animation for the Spinosaurus that I randomly found. Obviously, I'm not going to randomly find every single one of those things that they add without mentioning them. So tomorrow, along with the launch of the free update, Frontier will release the patch notes, and I will cover those in a video as well, so you can be sure you're not missing out on any of the new stuff hiding in your game. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss.
Shut up.
Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and until tomorrow, enjoy the hype.